Howdy y'all, this is Redwolf. After I did my get home bag video the other day, I started getting some comments, and I think some of them had some pretty good points and had a few ideas off of it. And today I wanted to talk about scouting, scout rifles, and a little bit about how my get home bag kit building kind of plays into that. Now, if you give me a minute to get my proper references out, scout rifles and a lot of the stuff around scouting and some of the even bug out bag stuff we have is from back in the day, like colonial. We're talking flintlocks and matchlocks here, when you got people that went out looking for trouble, particularly on the frontier. A lot of times you'd hire a couple of guys and the community would pay them, and their full job is to walk around and go into territory and look for trouble coming, trouble going, anything anybody needs to know about. As far as scouting goes, an actual proper definition of it would be the act of gathering information about enemy forces, which I don't do a lot of, or an area, which I do a pretty good amount. You know, go out, have fun, you go do your bushcraft, you go exploring, you know, you go hunting, you just go look at things, see what's there. Let's see, what's the one? Now, the scout rifles as we know them was invented, or a term and attempt at inventing the rifle was done by Colonel Jeff Cooper back in the 70s, early 80s, and he described the concept as a rifle that would benefit a lone rifleman, which he describes as a scout, a man who acted alone, not a member of a team, heading into unfamiliar and potentially hostile environments. And to meet those needs at the time, his thought of a rifle would be lightweight and maneuverable, but use full caliber cartridges, or full power cartridges, probably a better phrasing, capable of stopping large game, dangerous game, and human threats to your person. You know, that plays into the get home bag, bug out bag side of it. And the reason why I had this particular 308, or why I was carrying it with my get home bag kit, is I travel through hostile territory. You know, there's built up cities and there's stuff you got to shoot through. I'm out here in the woods, it's pretty thick. I go through a lot of this kind of stuff. It goes from, I can see that far, pistol knife range, to farming fields and stuff where I really could use some sort of an optic. Come down to that, this optic does a pretty good job of holding zero coming on and off the rifle. If I'm going to go through a lot of this close stuff, I'm just going to pop my scope off. It's a really good system like that. You know, the fast eye relief, the technique for shooting a scout rifle is really cool. You know, keep both eyes on it, you see it, you pop the scope up, you're going to be within a few inches of what you're trying to aim at, just like that. Really nifty. I was going to do a full review on this particular rifle. This is the Savage Model 110 Scout, but this is the Gen 1, and they're not making them like this anymore. And since I don't have a Gen 2 to play with, I'm just going to go over a few details. The full power cartridge, they call it, the standard one that everyone kind of came around to because of 7.62x51 NATO, is 308 Winchester. Pretty standard. 10 round magazines are the standard. Sometimes you get 5s, which are better than nothing. Big problem I have with these, and particularly with Savages, is like these run between like 55 and 100 bucks for one 10 round magazine. I'm probably about to switch to a Ruger because of the other problem is that they put a 16.5-inch barrel on them, and I like that it is what it's supposed to be, which is light and maneuverable, but 308 loses just a disproportionate amount of stopping power, you know, your speed, when you go from even 18 to 16, and Ruger's currently making one in 18.5, and on preference of that alone, I'm probably going to get a Ruger gun sight Scout and do another review video on that. Other than that, I will say that Savage makes a fine Scout rifle. We've got spacers in here we can take out. It came with an adjustable cheek piece riser that I just haven't had any need for. The sights are good. It's real easy to operate. It's real smooth. It's real quick. I don't like that, at least with the Gen 1s, with a full 10-round magazine, it won't close. It likes to be open. Clicks in real easy. It's been real accurate. I've had several different ones, including a Ruger gun sight right after they came out, real short barrel one. I like Scout rifles. They're really good general purpose hunting guns. I like having irons. It's real hard to find irons on a bolt gun these days. And just a good setup for just an all-around gun. In the market, I recommend. But as far as my, before I get too far off topic, going into unknown situations and unknown terrain is my experiences doing it, or why I tend to pack what some people consider a little heavy in my gear. That gear is not just there for camping in. It's there to make sure I've got what I need in certain situations. And occasionally I just want to go out and relax. I can go out, get far enough away for no one to bother me, and I can kick back. I don't have to camp, I don't have to pack anything, don't have to think about it, just grab my bag and go. You know, and I come through different spots sometimes, you know. Sometimes you come across abandoned property, old shack or something that wasn't even supposed to be there to begin with. Go in there and look around, maybe fiddle with some stuff, make you some arrowheads. You know, sometimes you go out and do your bushcraft stuff. You know, I like to have a little bit extra stuff to try new stuff with, and it's just convenient to have it all in one bag. And I guess the direction I'm trying to go in, instead of justifying my decisions, is don't be afraid to use your get home bag. Put some stuff in it, use it for your bushcraft pack. Go home, have spares where you get back that you can replace the stuff you used in, you know, your consumables. But don't be afraid to run it. Have fun, live life, get a Scout rifle. But I reckon that'll do it for now. I don't have anything else particularly to ramble about at the moment. So until next time, this is Redwolf signing off. Y'all keep up the good fight.